Good morning, everybody. Danny Shay. See, in case you forget, Danny Shay. This is in case I forget who I am, because sometimes I get a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I made the mistake of thinking that this insanity was all going to be over. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not. I was watching my favorite astrologer, Ann Ortelli. She goes, "It's not over." And then I was watching another one, a little shorter video, it was like 8 minutes, and he was saying, "It ain't over." And I want it over. I want it over. Anyway, it ain't over. So I was thinking that I was going to be retiring little Donnie Dark. But he may need to come out again because it may get a little heavy. So, let's just maintain our positive way of thinking. Words matter, and what I was getting from this week is that words do matter. What we say matters. What we think matters. And if we're thinking about how evil somebody is, how awful somebody is, how blah, 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 we're just going down into that negative hole again. We have to think about the solutions to bring us up, to be more positive. We don't need to be sucked into the news cycle. They're inflaming a lot of stuff, and it's on both sides too. And as hard as it is not to watch the train wreck, keep our vibrations high. The card that I pulled last night was Upper World. And I'm like, this is reminding me that I need to step back into the higher vibration. Journey, this is my shamanic, mystical shaman oracle. And you can, in shaman practice, you can go journey to the upper world, middle world, lower world. This is saying go talk to your spirit guides. Talk to your helpers. Ask them for advice. So instead of looking to Fox News for advice, you might want to consider somebody a little more authoritative. And instead of listening to me, you may want to pick somebody who has a bigger vocabulary. Just saying. All right. Don't switch me off yet. I lost like 4 people. More? Oh. Okay, let's get into this. Raffen's Burger. Why can't he have a shorter name? I want to read on him. Although he's standing up now to Trumpy, from the short bit that I heard was, and that I read on him, was that he's not really that great of a guy. Suppresses the vote a lot. So, but then again, this is coming from Stacey Abrams. She's got one side to it. And I saw her last night. What a powerful woman. Good for her. Powerful, powerful, powerful. So Raffen's Burger. Let's just see what he's going through right now. And I'm just going to pull a couple of cards. The deck that kind of screamed out at me, and I'm not sure I'm ready for this deck yet in like full-on readings, but what the heck. Sometimes you just got to jump in. So I am going to be using the Brady Tarot. In the past, as I've used this, I find it extremely dark. But it's pretty truthful. A lot of them. They're all as truthful as you want them. So let's just look at what he's thinking, what he's going through right now. What is Raffensperger? It's hard for me to say that name. Raffensperger. What is he, Georgia, what is he going through right now? Raffensperger. I'm just going to pull 6. I'm not going to pull, just try to get a general feel. And then the next pull, it's going to be, where's he going? Raffensperger. What are you feeling right now? Right now. I didn't make this up. Let's pull it down so y'all can see. Good? Sorry if I'm making you dizzy and crazy. The Fool. Is he feeling like a fool? Or is he going, I'm on a new journey? Trump was saying, I'm coming back in a year and a half and I'm campaigning against these guys. Really? My first thought was, I don't see him here. I see him like isolated somewhere. And I got an image of an island, which is, it's kind of crazy. I kind of went back with my other dream where he was in a little boat and he was and his boat was filling up full of water and he had a Rudy Giuliani mug and he was scooping water out of this boat with a Rudy Giuliani mug, and he was like going to Cuba, which, anyway. Scarcity. Man, this card, look at that. That is so brutal. You know, it's life, right, though. It's life in the winter. And when you're looking at this card, it's, I mean, one of them is emaciated, but they're just losing their coats. And a lot of times when the spring happens, when there's still snow on the ground, certain animals will lose their coats. Yeah, but maybe not like that. So anyway, we have the Fool being crossed by scarcity. Son of Arrows. Reversed. So the news that he's looking for, you know, he was thinking that, you know, some people, maybe the news that he's bringing forward about truth, about the facts, he was hoping he would have some ear for, somebody's ear, and nobody's listening except those crazy liberals behind him. Growth. This is the 7 of Roots. 7 of Roots. I want to look back to see Roots. That's probably Wands. Yeah, okay. I think he had high ideals, high aspirations. He looked like he was going forward and moving into his career. Altruism. He really did think that he was going someplace special. He really did. Sorry. Anguish in the near future. Reversed. And it's interesting that this card is the eagle. I think his political career is over. And it's not because of anything that Trump or the Republicans are going to throw at him. It's just that he's tired of it. He goes, this isn't what I signed up for. And we are so polarized. And, you know, and the Republicans can't even talk about the Democrats without insulting us. And we can't talk about the Republicans without insulting them, it seems. Feels like it. And I think he's just really sick and tired of it. He's tired of the arrows coming at him. He's tired of not finding his voice, not having people hear what he has to say. And it's just disheartening when you put this much time, this much energy into a project, and it's a good project, and your party signs off on it. And that's the voting machines that they put in place. Yeah, it's just hard. These cards are sticking together a little bit. All right, so I don't want to spend too much time on him because I kind of don't care. But let's just see. Well, I'm not going to do it because I was going to see where he's going to go from here. What's he thinking about in the future? But I already got it. I think he's going to walk away from it. So I'm just going to leave that alone because I don't want to deal with it. I want to look into Iran and South Korea. So Iran has captured a South Korean tanker. Let me pull this up. So you're just not looking at a blank table. Now you're just looking at a blank mind. So South Korea captured a tanker. And I believe it was because they were polluting. So now South Korea and the U.S. maybe, and maybe even Iran, they're all ramping up all their surveillance, having jets fly over everywhere. So now they're polluting even more. What a world. All right, I'm still going to use my Brady Tarot because maybe not. Brady Tarot doesn't like to shuffle with Iran and North Korea. There we go. There we go. Iran and North Korea. What is going on? What is the outcome of this? Iran and North Korea. Iran and North Korea. I don't think Trump is going to be doing anything about it. I mean, if he was not so like focused on this election thing, and focused on the business of the country, he may do something, but he's just so, yeah. All right, Iran and North Korea. Iran and North Korea. Here we go, let's drop it down. Y'all can see. There we go. Iran and North Korea. Accomplishment. Nine of Roots. Accomplishment. Finality. That doesn't look good. Accomplishment. Finality. At the base of this is discipline reversed. I just need to keep going because I'm not getting a clear picture on where all this is. Loss. Sorry. And that was reversed. These cards are really thick. Mother of Arrows. And that was reversed. And the final, for now anyway, the Father of Horns, reversed. All right. Kick everything over just a wee bit so you can. So. Let's see what. Accomplishment. North Korea and Iran. The accomplishment, the finality, the discipline. Wasn't that reversed? I thought it was. Loss, Mother of Arrows, Father of Horns. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that Iran, before Trump came into office, they were feeling that they were making some progress with this. The finality that is upside down here is that the nuclear agreement. They were trying to stay disciplined. They're trying to change their loss. That's in the past. The loss is in the past here. And the Mother of Arrows, this truth that she is trying to look into and see, she's kind of just got a cap on the truth. And then you have the Father of Horns being on an island. They don't want to be on this island anymore. Their truth isn't really, this isn't really what it seems, maybe what the news is projecting it to be. Internally, their internal forces are the magician. They want to change something. They want, I don't know if it's for just the news, but inside they want something to change for the better. And you have Daughter of Feathers. And that was reversed. And in this, wow, that, I don't know. That just looks like a nuclear reactor to me, right? And it's upside down. And I know everybody's talking that their nuclear program is accelerating. I heard that it wasn't where it was before the agreement was signed by Obama and Kerry. And maybe they can't even get it back to where it was. Hopes and fears. Daughter of Arrows. It's really interesting to me that this slow-moving sloth, unless you're a running sloth, but most sloths are really slow-moving. They have moss growing on their backs. I'm sorry. They have moss growing on their backs. And this slow-moving animal is looking forward. And he sees that arrow, or she sees that arrow. She goes, what are you shooting at me? Let's just keep going with this. And they have strength, which is upside down. And they have optimism, which is upside down. I heard pull one more, so I will. Huh. Oppression, and it's upside down. So what I'm getting from this is their accomplishments haven't been acknowledged. They did what they said they were going to do. Maybe not everything, but they got stabbed in the back by the U.S. pulling out of that agreement. Just so fast. They were disciplined in what they were doing. They're like upside down with this loss. They they don't want to be isolated anymore. It's like really hurting them. They want to turn it around with the magician. However, they still have, I keep looking at this little reactor type thing. They still have that they can fall to if somebody attacks them. But their strength is upside down. They're a little weak. Their optimism isn't that great. And they're just trying to get out of this oppression. So they're making this stand. It looks like it's a show of force. But it's nothing more than the show. Are there any winning at any costs here? No. There's not. So I think it's just going to be a lot of noise and nothing. It's not coming to any kind of blows, so to speak. So that is a good thing. It's a good thing. And I feel that Trump is just too busy tweeting to get anything done. It's amazing that these guys can stay with him when he doesn't do anything. But, you know, he keeps saying they gave his schedule. I saw it on Rachel Maddow. That's another thing. I gotta stop watching her too. Anyway, let's look into Pence. What is Pence feeling right now before the 6th? Some people were asking me what I was thinking about the Georgia election, and since it's today, I'm not going to read on it. I read on it before, and I got that the Democrats are going to win both. And yesterday, I did pull on it, and I got the same thing. It's the same feeling that the Reverend is going to sail through. He's going to be okay. Ossoff is going to have a harder time because Purdue's going to be doing some goofy stuff. But in the end, I see them both winning. That's my prediction. But we may not know about Ossoff and Purdue for a while. So there that is. So just, maintain a cheerful attitude with all this stuff. Pence, what is he feeling now, and what is he going to be feeling like on January 7th? Pence, what are you feeling now? Mike Pence, what do you feel getting ready to do your duty? Yes, I did say he's going to do his duty on the 6th. What are you feeling as you prepare for tomorrow? What are you feeling as you prepare for tomorrow? The 6 of Swords moving on. You know he's moving on. It's reversed. So he's fighting this as much as he can. And he said something that I tried to find that he goes, well, we'll just see what happens on December 6th. Get ready for that or something. But, and you've got the Emperor. Ace of Wands. This is my Fred Flintstone card where, big news comes out and just kind of beats you over the head with it, right? It's upside down. So whatever news he's bringing, it's not going to change anything. In the past, the 9 of Swords reversed. 8 of Swords reversed. So this feeling of restriction, this feeling of he can't get away from anything. He knows he's going to get away from things. He's got the 6 of Swords moving on to calmer waters. He's just fighting it because that Emperor is keeping him from moving on. You have the 2 of Wands at the top of the reading. This 2 of Wands very interesting to me. So he's got a decision, and he's got the world in his hands. And then he's looking overseas. You know, he's looking over his kingdom, so to speak. You see all the little villages down there, and he's looking at the world. He's thinking that he needs to get out of Dodge. And what's he doing on the 7th? He's going to be getting out of Dodge. He's going over to the Middle East. And the King of Swords. This is the Constitution. This is him doing his constitutional duty, counting the votes. Okay, this is just Mike Pence, what he's feeling. He's feeling he's got to do that. So, let's look. I'm going to change it up a little bit. What is Mike Pence going to do on the 6th? What is Mike Pence going to do on the 6th? Huh. Okay. 3 of Wands reversed. His plans that, you know, what he's... This card is a card of planning, and it is also, you know, watching your ship go out, watching your ship come in. It's upside down. His ship is not coming in. It's being crossed by a lot of news coming at him really fast. Are these all the Republicans that are coming out and throwing stuff at him? Possibly. At the base of the reading is the sun. It's not going to change anything. Behind him, it's all the backroom deals, the talking, the working with shadow figures. This is my apprentice card, which it just, for me, it is anyway, where you have this person is actually doing the work where these other 2 people are advising him, giving him plans. Some people even think that this person over here is the fool dressed in the fool's clothes. But I don't get that. But I always like to listen to other interpretations of things, because if Mike Pence is doing the work here and one person is the fool, the other person's a bald guy, who is the bald guy and who is the fool that Pence is listening to? I can come up with some ideas. At the top of the reading, Queen of Swords. Again, this is very similar to the King of Swords. The energy of the Queen and the King are so similar in the fact of how they bring truth forward. And you've got the Star. It's going to work out. What he's going to do, he's facing a lot of incoming, as they say. He's got people yakking at him in the past. It's not going to change that the sun is at the bottom, truth is at the top, and a new beginning, the Star of Hope, is in the potential near future. One more from Mike Pence, and then I'm going to go. 35 minutes. Mikey Pence, where are you going to be December 7th? January 7th. January 7th, Mike Pence. January 7th, Mike Pence. Mike Pence, January 7th, Mike Pence. So the Four of Wands is a celebration in front of a big white house. Just looking at the card. It's upside down. Oh. So maybe there isn't a celebration. And a lot of people, even if it's right side up, will read this as a false celebration because it's just two people celebrating. The rest of the party's in the background going, woohoo! Well, it's upside down. Doesn't matter. The balance, the Two of Pentacles. It's an emotional balance with this Two of Pentacles. There's a ship in the background. And this guy's on one foot trying to balance some money, some projects, some ideas. And he's got a pointed head. Wow. Two of Cups is reversed. These partnerships that he's got going, upside down. Behind him is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands brings in new energy, new ideas, a new thought process. And I think maybe that relates to the Eight of Wands energy. At the top of it is the Page of Cups. He's listening to new things coming out. This is an emotional start to something that comes from an unexpected source. Some of you may say, well, what's the unexpected source? Well, it's a fish in a cup, of course. And, ooh, he's hanging on. Like Pence on the 7th, he's hanging on. He's just like protecting himself. He wants to go back to a simpler time. He's doing a lot of review. He's doing a lot of work, but he's also, no. His work is done. Externally, his work is done. This is a card of hard work, keeping at it. Don't give up. It's upside down. Hopes and fears. People have spoken. And the final outcome, burden. He's still going to be really heavily burdened. There's another choice that he has to make that's kind of a blind choice, but it's going to end in a new beginning. And just to, not to step on anybody, but that horse is stepping on the king. The crown's off. See that at the bottom? Look at that. The horse didn't step on him, but he knocked the crown off the king. Poor king. So Mike Pence, well, we'll just keep going. Moving on. Three of Pentacles reversed. We had that before. He's looking overseas. He's trying to plan. His plans are upside down. We got that card again. And oh, happy days. Okay, that's it, guys. I am going to leave it there. But before I do, 40 minutes, let's do a card to leave on. And I'm going to use my Mystical Shaman Oracle again, just because I think we need to be a little more in the spiritual realm instead of this earthly realm right now. Think about what we're going to say. Think about how we're going to say it. Think about what we want from what we say and think. What do we want from our thoughts and from our and from our words, what we talk about. What do we want from that? One card pulled, so it better be good. What do we want? I shuffled. I shuffled. Upper world. You know, to me, this is just saying, take the higher intention. Don't get caught into the weeds. If some of you don't know about shamanic practices, that's fine. You don't need to journey to go have a higher intention. Just have a higher intention. When you start thinking something bad about someone, just wish them well on their way. The Republicans, I wish them well. I wish we could all get together instead of calling them names. Sometimes it's fun to call them names, but we got to go to the higher level. All right, y'all. Thank you. Peace and love. Bye-bye.